We are here with our podium finishers from tonight, Thursday night at the Chili Bowl Midget Nationals, powered by NOS Energy Drink on Hasty Baked Grills qualifying night, with our winner, Christopher Bell, second place finisher, CJ Leary, and our third place finisher, Ryan Bernal. Christopher, simple question. How hard did you have to work for that one?
Really hard. I didn't think I was going to get there. And, when the yellow came out, I don't even know how far away those guys were, but I really just didn't have the pace. And everyone was really committed to the top, and I really wasn't able to keep up. I got caught racing with, I think it was Carter Sarf, lost a lot of ground. And then when the yellow came out, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have to do something different here. And I actually could make a couple good corners on the bottom whenever I hit it. So I just said, I'm going to see what happens. And the curb got so treacherous that nobody really could get off of 4 very well on the top. And there was enough juice on the bottom that I could get by and just make a lot of speed down the front stretch.
And then when you're in a position like that, when the race is going green for so long, and then do you feel like when you saw that caution, you felt like it was your opportunity?
I mean, no, not from 5th or 6th, wherever I was. I was just, and at that time, Carter Sarf was pressuring me for 7th, I think, or I don't even remember. But, I'm just trying to think of what I'm going to do to advance my position. And I knew that I was kind of stalled out where I was running. So decided to change it up. And yeah, just got to where I could go really fast on the straightaways, and that's what made my moves.
And then how does it feel to be locked into the show?
It feels great, unfortunately, Ryan, we traded spots from last year, so yeah, I feel a lot better.
CJ, you were strong early in the race, and then what were your thoughts when you saw the caution came out?
Yeah, I was super bummed. Bernal just got by us on the front stretch, and I was able to cross him over in 1 and 2, and I felt like I just need to get my elbows up and run, 7 or 8 hard more laps, and I feel like we had really good pace. I just couldn't get off of 4 at all. It was so treacherous off of 4, and I was in and above it and trying to turn down. I think Ryan actually was doing a complete turn down and getting off the bottom, which maybe I should have done. But yeah, the yellow just really hurt us. Honestly, I didn't know what to do to try and counter Ryan. I tried to slide him in 1 and 2, and I just couldn't get quite there. I really didn't think the bottom was going to be as good as it was at the end, but Christopher showed us the bottom, and I went to the bottom the last 2 laps and was equally as good. Just frustrated. He led a bunch of laps and just didn't get the job done.
And then Ryan, you look pretty frustrated over there. Just tell us how your night went. Did you feel like you had a strong enough car to win?
Sunday didn't feel too good, but the rebound does feel good regardless. Felt like I got to the lead right at the right time. I kind of had a really good rhythm going. I didn't want to see the yellow because then it just kind of changed the way I was going to run the race, right? And then the last, the yellow come out again. 5 to go, made probably the worst 5 laps I could have possibly made. So it hurts. I hate it for Matt Wood's team, NOS Energy Drink, everybody involved. But, nonetheless, we come in here once a year. That's why it hurts, because the opportunity was there. We missed it. So we'll, but the main goal is Saturday. So we'll get through the B's and, we'll get the elbows up on Saturday.
And with that, we will open it up for questions.
Too long.
Power on. Hey, Christopher. So I'm going to mention this, and don't yell at me. You haven't lost yet this week. Every race you've been on the track for, you have taken the checkered flag first. I have to imagine your confidence is at an all-time high. Would that be a safe assumption?
I don't know that I would say an all-time high. I said it on the house mic there in the interview. The car is insanely fast. Like, it is just really, really fast. And every time I hit the track, it's got great pace. I just am struggling with being consistent enough. And even there in the feature, it's not. I don't think it's good enough to win on Saturday. So just got to make the car a little bit more drivable, and it clearly has the speed. So if I can get to drive it more consistent, I think we'll be right there.
Tyler Burnett, FloRacing. C-Bell, are you just as surprised as us by you winning that race? I mean, especially it looked like it was pretty top dominant, and then you found the bottom about before anybody.
I guess when the yellow flag came out, yeah, or before the yellow flag, I would say yes. I'm surprised that I won. Not, going into the night. Obviously, all three of us have really high expectations, and I think all three of us are planning on winning. Whenever you draw in Thursday night, so yeah, certainly whenever the race unfolded and we got to halfway, and I was wherever I was, I didn't think that the race was going to unfold for me. But yeah, it's just. This place is magic, and it is never over until it's over, and that's the way it is here.
Well, this could be for both Leary and Bernal. You guys have both had very odd, nights, prelim nights here before. Obviously, you crashed in practice, but Leary, you put both the cars in for Bowman. That's obviously a big deal for him. And then Bernal, the rebound. Can you just talk a little bit more about that? Shane shook the car down, right, and it just seemed to be pretty good.
Yeah, Sunday was brutal. I'm not going to lie. Hurt. You all saw it. It's tough to come back from something like that, honestly, mentally. I've been working with Motai coaching quite a bit last 2 years. I had to go back out again, regardless how bad it hurt. The guys got the car back together that night on Sunday. I had to go back in there and get back on the horse. There was no option. I didn't feel good. Didn't feel like I should have, but I had to, right? So I could clear my head the rest of the week. We got really good race cars, 4 locked into a B. It says a lot about the team. So I couldn't just sit back and just be like, I don't feel like it. So, yeah, it was brutal. It was tough, but, I knew we could do it, and just like Chris said, we're just trying to make the cars a little bit more drivable. The track has been incredible. You got to be, it's just got character, right? So, we made some adjustments, and it was a good night.
Christopher, with this being a brand new team, this is your first race. Did you expect to be able to go this fast?
You hope so, but you never know until you get on track. So the cars went together really, really good, and we went to Millbridge and ran them a couple times, and you don't really learn much at Millbridge other than you have brakes and the steering feels normal and stuff like that. So we went to DeCoin, and running DeCoin, the car gave me the feel that I was looking for and the feel that I was missing the last couple of years. So it just felt nice to have a comfortable car to drive at DeCoin, and I was optimistic about whenever we came here, and then really all week long, my car's been really, really comfortable. I think as comfortable as anybody else is. The track is, like they said, treacherous, but yeah, it definitely gives me my car that I have this weekend gives me the feel that I've been looking for the last couple of years.
Hey, for CJ Ryan, you guys it's you two racing for the win there. When did you see the 21 or on the board or whatever, and did it change game plan at all, or did you get any signals, or was there anything that changed you up? I think the restart when you got to third, right? That was the big moment. I just wondered when it was apparent that he was coming and what it did to you at all.
Yeah, I saw Christopher right before the last yellow. I saw just the white of his car, so I knew he was there. I hadn't ran a midget above the cushion like that probably ever. I was like Kokomo in the sprint car stuff. So, I knew that our entry speed was super slow on those restarts, and I was surprised I wasn't able to slide Ryan on the restart with him going up there. But honestly, no, I didn't think the bottom was good enough to win on the bottom, but again, Christopher proved us wrong. So just so treacherous up there. It just got so hard to make consistent laps. Like he said, both of our cars are super light, super hard to drive anyway, and then the racetrack just plays a whole nother role into it.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it coming at all. I obviously, I was just, Yeah, I was just kind of, setting a pace out there, I thought. And it's type of thing you have to be in a rhythm for, right? If you're going to absolutely have your elbows way up in the air and run over the top of it, you just kind of get in a rhythm, and then all of a sudden they were on the bottom. And it was too late, right? I looked up, me and Shane, I saw Shane up there, and he said, I found the diamond by accident, 3 and 4, made a huge speed down the back or the front straightaway. So I'm like, man, if I could just keep hitting that and just kind of screwing up the momentum, I think we'll be okay. But ugly couple laps there at the end, so it didn't work out.
I was also curious, you two, like when you were squaring off for the lead there, we see a lot of times or hear guys say, like, content to lock in. I was actually trying to remember midget wins for either of you. I mean, obviously you've been really good here, but it felt like two guys who weren't going to be content to lock in. It looked like you were both desperate to win a
Yeah,
race.
for sure. I think I have 2 midget wins, and both of them are at Millbridge, so I don't even know if they count. So, honestly, just want to win really bad for Alex. He puts a lot into this, and I think there's 3 non-midget guys completely in our pit, between me, Briggs, and Alex. None of us race midgets hardly at all. So, I definitely was laying it out to win. Locking in is obviously a goal, but when you lead 20-some laps or, just starting on the front row is my race to lose. And that's just the way these races go anymore. You start on the front row, you're expected to win, and if you don't, you probably mess it up somewhere along the line.
2012 Hanford. Last midget win, probably. I don't know. No, but like you said, I mean, we're going to hang it out there. None of us really get to do it very often anymore, right? Or at all. So the gloves were off, no doubt about it. It's hard to win these races, regardless of how many times you do it or not. Winning a prelim is pretty cool. Locking into the feature is even cooler. And running good on Saturday's cool. So it's tough.